Hey, what's up, Facebook family? Listen, I appreciate you taking the time today to check this video out. And I want to give a special thanks out to my daughter, Austin, because without her, there'd be no way I could have got this video out even the 12 hours later than it was supposed to be. She actually walked me through a bunch of applications last night to make the video processing and editing a lot smoother than I at least knew how to do. So I'm one step ahead of the game when it comes to that. I've been up all night long. So with a cup of coffee in hand, guys, let's get to the video. I'm going to share my screen with you. And this time, I'm going to make sure that I'm still recording because I did a whole video once at the beginning without seeing if it was recording. Yep, we're recording. Awesome. So listen, let me make myself a little bit bigger there. Not that my head needs to be any bigger, but that's okay. Hey guys, like I said to you, I have a huge announcement straight from the Ellsbury home, guys. It's big, it's epic, and I couldn't wait to share. That's probably why I've been up all night long. I've just been filled with so much excitement and energy. So without further ado, guys, I'm telling you, what? No. There is no baby. No baby at all. So listen. God, baby, I got 6 kids, guys. I got 6 beautiful kids. 5 girls, 1 boy. That's all I need. I joke with my wife every once in a while, tell her I want another one, but I don't know, guys. Before my kids, I had a head full of hair and a lot less gray. So I'm only joking. I love them. I love them. They're actually the reason why I'm putting this video out today, guys. They're the reason why I have an exciting amount of information to share with you, so I want to get right to it. Guys, as a family, we lost 170 pounds since, no, pardon me, correction, 160 pounds. We're somewhere in between, actually, but 160 pounds we're going to go with on this video since November. It's been really life-changing for us. Super, super life-changing. And this is when, or the reason why I wanted to put this video out, because I want to affect other people's lives. But before I can do that, before I share with you the actual real announcement, I got to take you back a little bit. You got to understand why obesity and being overweight is such a hot topic with me, guys, because I have struggled with it all my life. When I was growing up, my dad, he was a single dad. He worked 6 days a week. Monday through Friday, he worked 5 in the morning to 6 at night. And then on the weekends, he'd work half a day. He'd pick me up at the babysitter's. I'd go home, do homework. He'd make dinner. We'd eat dinner together. That was about the most time I seen my dad in the middle of the week, was at that dinner table. It was a special time to me. After dinner, he would do the dishes. I'd finish up my homework, and then he'd fall asleep. And we'd do it all over again the next day. Saturday, he'd get up early in the morning. He'd go pick brick and put them on pallets just to make a few extra bucks. I'd stay home, watch cartoons, eat loaves of bread with butter, toasted, drink hot chocolate, and wait for him to come home. He'd come home about noontime with a couple Johnny's hot dogs and some really greasy, delicious fries. Then he'd go back to work for a little while. Occasionally, he would take me with him, but most of the times I just got in the way, got in trouble. So, you know what? It was okay, though. I understood that he had to do what he had to do, but I believe in my heart that's where my association with food began. See, I associated the attention and love from my father at that dinner table. That's where it kind of carried over. Carried over into my adolescent years. I went in elementary school, guys, and I was probably the chubbiest kid in every single class I was in. 2nd grade, I remember going into the classroom every morning after playing before school, and my teacher, Miss Frankie, would ask me why I was so sweaty. Why are you always so sweaty when you come into school? I'm going to tell your parents. I'm like, go ahead, he's probably sleeping. No, it was tough. It was tough. You know, I don't know if the kids are as harsh back then as they are today, but they were mean. And unfortunately, I got into many of a tussle because of name calling and such. But hey, listen, it didn't last forever. I found my way to high school. Sometimes I think by the skin of my teeth, but I made it. And, I found football. I found the weight room. I found girls. They didn't find me. And you could probably tell why looking at that rocking permed mullet. That's a video for a whole nother time. Um, but you know what? I had something to do. I had something to focus on, football and training. And I'd get up in the morning and I'd work out and I'd run. I'd go to school and I'd get out of there and I'd go back to the weight room and I'd work out and then we'd play football. And then when I wasn't playing football, that's all I was thinking about was playing football. So it was easy to stay in shape. I spent most of my high school years at 185. And in fact, when I graduated, I was 165. I was ripped and lean. And you know what? Listen, unfortunately, like most people, life gets in the way. And life happened. I got married, had some kids, had my youngest kid pretty early. And I gained the weight. It was tough. I ended up having 2 or 3 jobs to support the family. There wasn't much time for the gym. Certainly no more time for football. And I eat pretty much fast food around the clock just to keep moving. Living paycheck to paycheck. But you know what? We made it happen. Life still went on. You'll see there in that bottom picture, I was about 305 pounds. One of the higher points in my life. At this point in time, I had an overwhelming urge to serve our country. It was about 2010, and something I always wanted to do was be in the military, and I had a focus, and I had to support a family, thank God. I had to support a family, and I had a focus. And the only plan, guys, I went into that dream and that goal was just to eat as little amount of food as I possibly could and to cardio as every second I could get. Probably wasn't the most healthiest plan, but I'll tell you what, I met my goal. Certainly did. I went into the Army National Guard. I entered there at 225, and I came out at 185. Pretty solid and ripped, and probably about the best shape of my life. And listen, when I left the military, guys, I thought that was it. I thought I was going to be taking on the world. And you know what? For a while, I did. For a while, the weight stayed off, at least some of it, most of it. I probably fluctuated between 185 and 195, maybe up to 2 sometimes, back down to 185. I was feeling great. And why wouldn't I? I mean, listen, look at that beautiful woman I had on my arm. Hey, she deserved a guy like that coming out of the military. But listen, life hits again. Like it does with all of us, guys. Life can get in the way. We kind of shift our priorities around. My priority leaned more towards going to work. And again, taking on 2 jobs, 3 jobs, making ends meet. Unfortunately, my ends met a little too much. About 300 pounds too much, guys. I ballooned up over a course of time. It wasn't suddenly, but it did sneak up on me. I'd watch it grow on the scale, and you know what? I'd say, all right, I'll start. I'll start Monday. I got to work this weekend. I ain't got time to exercise. I'll start Monday. Well, you know what? Monday came around that one time, and I got started. Like a lot of people do. In fact, look, I grabbed the paper. I was going to be in a magazine or something. But like most of us, life got in the way again. Hey, it's okay. I still had a beautiful family. I still had kids. The only unfortunate thing, I was kind of losing myself. I was losing the person I was. The person that I spent 4 months off the basic training, separated from my family to get to. And it was unfortunate. It was unfortunate. So listen, what do? I start again. No paper this time. I must have ran out of money. I didn't grab the paper. But I did take a picture of where my starting point was, because I was going to rule the world. I was going to finally get this done. And you probably know how the story goes. It didn't get done. In fact, the only thing that got done is I gained about another 25 pounds. Rocked a really cool flannel and a good forward hat. But let me tell you what, those jeans there, they're probably about size 50 or 52. And It's not a real comfortable feeling at all. And of course, like any other time, I'd have those soul searching moments and I'd say, all right, now's the time. Now I got to start. So I did. So what did I do? Broke out the camera again. And I started once again at a worse point than I was the last 2 or 3 other times I started. And it's no surprise. The story is the same. I failed. And now I didn't know if I was failing because it was me or just because I was beating my head against the wall on old systems that just do not work for our society. So these 2 pictures you see here, guys, I was at the largest I ever was, 350 pounds. It was sad, absolutely sad. Not only was it sad, but it was scary. I ended up having a lot of weight-induced problems. I had problems like weight-induced sleep apnea, acid reflux, chronic back pain, elevated blood pressure, swollen legs, constantly sick, constantly tired. Guys, you don't know how scary it was. There was nights I'd wake up having this acid reflux because of my weight, that I would wake up aspirating, choking, sometimes even vomiting. Pretty scary for my wife. Frankly, pretty scary for me. Sleep apnea. After my sleep study, the results that I got back were terrifying, to say the least. I couldn't tell you the number of times I woke up in an hour on this study. It was somewhere near 90 or something crazy like that. But again, it was due to my weight. My legs were so swollen when I take off my socks, they leave these craters in my legs. And my wife would look at them, be worried, concerned, like she should be. You know what? It was actually October of 2017. We were up in Maine, and we were going on our yearly honeymoon. And I remember one morning we were getting ready, and my wife was on the other side of the room getting ready, and I was on my side of the room getting ready, and I had my socks in my hand. And I almost didn't want to try to sit down on the bed and put my socks on because I knew what I had to do that. I knew what I had to go through to get those socks on, but it wasn't a pretty sight. But I did. You know, I figured she loves me for who I am. And as I'm sitting on that bed, trying to cradle my leg up on there and to bend down at the same time and take a big inhale or exhale, and hopefully I can reach my foot. And, you know, it may sound funny, but it was painful. It was painful. And I don't know if it was as painful on the outside as it was on the inside. To know that at one point, I was 185 pounds and in the top shape of my life, serving country. And I let myself get to a point where I couldn't even put my sock on. So I knew when I left October's honeymoon that I had to do something, and I had to do something fast. I was done. I was sick of it. So when I went back home, I started doing a little research, and I kind of discovered something that caught my attention. Maybe you've discovered it too. The ketogenic lifestyle, AKA keto. Now I know what you're thinking. Probably the same thoughts I had. Keto? Isn't that crazy thing? That little thing that Dr. Atkins did back in the 90s? You know what? Far from the truth. In fact, when I got into the research and I started to see all of the experiences people were having, man, my head was spinning. Just like that. But it was amazing to me. It was absolutely amazing to me to see time and time again, video after video after video, article after article after article, all the benefits people were receiving by participating in this lifestyle. Hey, I was hooked. I knew what I had to do. I had to give it a shot, a full-blown shot. So I went after it. Like I say, I got after it. So I knew I had to dive into the research. I had to find out for myself if this keto was for real. And that's what I did. I spent hours and hours and hours watching videos, reading books, listening to audio tapes. I mean, if I didn't log in 100 hours, I didn't log in one. It was crazy. I actually became a bulldog of studying. I think I read more books on this subject than I did my entire 4 years of high school. But I needed to know. And once I got the research and I watched the data and I read all the articles, I was hooked. I knew I had to give it a try. And that's what I did. I tried it. And it wasn't long after I did so that I started to experience some pretty cool things. One of the first things I experienced was obviously weight loss. And I'll tell you what, it came quick, but better yet, it stayed off. I had more energy than I'd ever had in the past. I actually stopped having the acid reflux pretty shortly after being on a ketogenic lifestyle, which was pretty cool. No more scary nights for my wife and I. I had more focus. In the middle of the day, I could literally stay attention on task a little bit better. Now listen, it wasn't something I recognized right off the bat, but over periods of time, getting more accomplished throughout the day, that was pretty awesome. And when I started working out again, I had less inflammation in my joints, less pain. One of the biggest things I recognized on the ketogenic lifestyle was I didn't have those cravings. After a few weeks in the old diets, I was ready to just eat my arm off. You guys have been there. You know, when you're just starving and you find yourself in front of a plate of like huge manhole cover pancakes. You know, don't lie. You've been there. Well, listen, it was fantastic because after a couple weeks, I wasn't hungry at all. In fact, there was times that I had to make myself eat. But here's the thing. With all the great things I was experiencing for myself, could this be a nutritional plan that other people could follow? I needed to know that. So I put the pilot program together and I pulled 10 of the people that I thought would follow this program to a T. And I'll tell you what, every single one of those people had amazing results. And in the future video, I'm going to wrap up that pilot program's total results and I'll share that with you. But for today, just know that I picked people that were old to young to male and female, folks that had a lot of weight to lose and folks that frankly didn't have much weight to lose at all. And some folks that were dealing with type 2 diabetes. And I got to tell you, all of them changed their life. So after I got the results back of that program, I knew there was only one thing left for me to do. I became a ketogenic living certified coach. And that's what I'm here to talk to you about real quickly as I wrap this video up. I'm coming out with a program. It's called Make It Happen Together with Keto. This program is going to be fantastic, unlike anything you've ever tried. No more banging your head, trying to figure out what's going to be your path to lose that weight once and for all. This program is going to start April 16th, Monday. So mark your calendars, guys. It's going to be awesome. Awesome. Let me give you a little brief description of what this program is going to entail. The Make It Happen Together program is going to have 7 weeks, including 1 prep week, adopting a ketogenic lifestyle. It's going to have a full 50-page program guide, including an optional 2-week cleanse menu to ease your way into it. Custom set and monitored macronutrient targets to help you reach your health and fitness goals. And listen, we can't forget exercise. It's a 2-part program here, guys. We're going to have a fitness plan that you can use at the gym or the comfort of your own home. Recipes and food guides to some of the most delicious foods that you have ever eaten in your life on any diet. The science behind keto and why it is so effective for the whole body health. Access to our private Facebook group for support and accountability. And guys, listen, I'm going to hold you accountable. I needed it. I didn't have it when I started. I wish I did, but I'm going to be holding you accountable to your goals. I'm going to be committing to you. Daily one-on-one ketogenic nutritional coaching with me inside our private Facebook group. Make It Happen Together is a very hands-on approach to helping participants create a sustainable ketogenic lifestyle. We're going to be working on a few things. Some of them things are going to include getting into ketosis. And listen, you may not know what that is now. It's okay. You will. Burning body fat, increasing energy, gaining mental clarity, fighting diseases, and feeling overall amazing. The clients that are going to be a part of this program are going to experience outstanding results. But I'll tell you what, guys, don't take my word for it. Try it yourself. Take a step. Here's where I am today. I still have a little ways to go. In fact, some say I may have a long way to go. But you know what? I know I'm on the right path. And I want you to join that path with me. Real quick disclaimer, nobody was injured by the making of that video. Hey, listen, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I know it was a little long, but I hope you got some value out of it. And I hope you pass it along to someone that you love and you care about and that it could help. Guys, they say a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Let Monday, April 16th be your step. Let it be the opportunity to change your life. Let's make it happen together. Hey, take care. I appreciate the time.